Buddies Podcast, WATP.
Stuttering John is working some type of day job. He's going to explain that to us. I have that in the clip package. It was brought to my attention by Shuli and the gang. They believe he's working at an Amazon warehouse, a seasonal job. As the Christmas shopping season comes in, they need more people helping out. That would make sense.
He's wrapping gifts at JCPenney.
Maybe he's doing that. He does have the experience working at the Salvation Army before with loading, working on the dock or whatever and loading up the trucks or whatever the fuck he's doing with this. But John's going to explain he's got something else going on. I don't care. What I like about this is that it means that John is now starting his show later. And that means that he has to start drinking.
It's fucking Miller time.
When he was doing his 2 o'clock show or 3 o'clock show, he could maybe hold off or put a little booze in the solo cup and get away with it. But now he's like, all right, we're starting at 4:30. Obviously, it's party time. It's Pickwick time. I got to crack open a cold one. And so he's on there with Rob Saul. And what I want to present to you today is 2 pathetic drunks lashing out at everyone else and trying to paint themselves as the winners in this scenario. If they had, I wish someone would show them this video when they woke up the next morning or when they had their first couple beers and sobered up the next morning so they can see what's really going on here. They're both wasted. I would love if they made every video they made, it was just like this from now on.
Dustin, great show. 2 alcoholics riffing.
John and Rob are just they did a drinking show and they just sat around. They drank and yelled at the chat.
Good comeback, Rob. Look at these 2 alcoholics and he just acts like an idiot. You're just like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you guys were drunk. I didn't realize you're actually killing it over there.
What the fuck is Rob drinking, like cotton candy Trulies, or wasn't he getting a bunch of super gay stuff delivered to his house when he sent his neighbor out?
Yeah. He needed to have the White Claws and stuff like that, the special berry flavor. Rob is, and this is just my opinion, I'm just speculating based on his behavior. He's on pills. And he talked about how he was addicted to pills. He's not anymore, which is what someone who's addicted to pills says. I've cleaned up my act. I don't do that anymore.
I've got it under control.
I was watching video of Rob back when he was bashing Stuttering John on the Shuli Network not too long ago. And Rob doesn't do this. And he's not like, like his eyes are closing. Like he was just sitting there normally and just talking to the guys. And I always thought, like, this guy was on the radio. How is that possible? Oh, he's wasted. Rob Saul is fucking wasted. And I will prove that to you as this goes on. Or maybe you'll disagree with me. Because what do I know? What can I possibly know about these
accusations? If you're Rob Saul, maybe you'll disagree.
I'm throwing out.
Oh, he's wearing the doggy style shirt. Oh,
yeah, he's always leaning. Now he's always leaning into it. So, you guys think I fuck my dog? All I do is jerk it off. I don't fuck it. All right, if you say so. Now, John pulls up a clip, and John's watching a clip of the Pat Dixon show. And Pat Dixon is claiming that Kevin Brennan's wife is cheating on him. I'm not going to play, like Tukey Soup played this last night. John doesn't add anything. He just like watches it over and over and goes, whoa, just, it was like, wow, Kevin Brennan's wife's cheating on him just because Pat Dixon just said it. Like, okay, whatever. But what I wanted to show you here is that we make this look too easy. When we come on here and we show clips and we respond to them and we set up the story and what's going on and why things are happening the way they're happening, John cannot grasp this concept. He's the one who decided to show this video to Rob on his show.
Bring her on. And I love it when you bring her on because every time she comes on, more people see what a fucking psycho she is. So, I mean, it's incremental, but I mean, that's what it takes. It just like exposure after exposure after exposure.
What the fuck is he talking about, Rob?
He's talking about Kevin Brennan bringing on his psychotic ex-girlfriend over and over. Felicia.
Oh, yeah.
John is so wasted. He's like, what's going on in this video that I pulled up, Rob?
This link I'm just playing off of Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's never looked at it before. He hasn't curated it, but someone told him to play it, and so he's playing it. and they're both going after Kevin Brennan. And the projection on this episode, this is just from last night, by the way. I want you to look at Rob Saul and look at how wasted he is.
You are a pathetic loser.
He can't even keep his eyes open as he's calling someone else. He's all disheveled. His hair is all over the place. His hat's off to the side. And he's sitting there going, oh, let me just play it again.
You are a pathetic loser.
Yeah, man. Whoever you're saying that to, got him.
Yeah.
Watch out.
John.
Never been said before on
Right.
this show.
So they're calling out Kevin and Chad for being lunatics and hacks and standing for nothing. Kevin Brennan and Chad Zumock suck.
Kevin's a lunatic, but now Chad's on his show today with Big Head Odd, fucking Boschetti. And they're fucking like, it's like, Chad, you're a fucking, you stand for nothing too, you fucking hack.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Chad and Kevin, these two big comedy kings. Chad, you're an opener.
Yeah.
End of story. Period. School.
Oh, yeah. Opener.
They're wasted. So this is what this is. We've all seen this before. The two guys at the corner of the bar, at the end of the bar, who were both passed by everyone in their industry. Pick the industry. It doesn't have to be show business. It could be plumbers. It could be...
Yeah, janitors.
Yeah, it could be anything. And they watch all these people get promotions over them. There's like, that fucking guy, I don't know why the boss likes him. He fucking sucks. They've both been fired from their jobs. They're trying to squeak by some type of living, and they have it all figured out. They're wasted at 6 p.m. at the bar going, yeah, and what about Bill? Like, what's he, like the regional manager now? He's a fucking idiot. He doesn't know shit. I fucking run circles around that douchebag. They're so bitter, and they refuse to learn anything from life.
Right. Recovering alcoholics talk to each other actively to stay sober and
Yes.
share things. These guys are actively trying to stay drunk and agree with each other.
Yeah. Don't you agree that Kevin Brennan has no talent and it's so crazy that he had a 35-year career in comedy? Right?
Yeah. Hard stop, period, rack me. And it's always the biggest fucking losers that have the strongest opinions. I used to deliver to a charbroil where the fry cook is listening to talk radio, like political talk radio, and has all the fucking hot takes about, he's got it all figured out. You're a fucking fry cook. Why would I ever listen to you? That's these guys. It was like, your opinion is worse.
How do you feel about bartenders?
Worth less than nothing. Yeah. But I also have to point out that John made one of the worst references when he was talking about Mike Buschetti. I get it because I actually know who Big Head Todd and the Monsters are. He said Big Head Odd, which is a reference that nobody would ever get. It's the worst nickname. He's king of the names. If you didn't know.
Oh, he's told me that.
That's the worst one
the
you've
best with the
ever come up
nicknames.
with, John. Fuck you.
So you don't think that was very good?
No.
I
don't.
Check out this projection. This is an Inception level of projection happening.
You fucking loser. You delusional fucking pathetic loser.
He really is a loser. Like, he calls everybody else a loser. That's a projection. He is a loser, and he knows it.
So this is wild. They're talking about Kevin Brennan. Now, Kevin Brennan has a personality disorder. Nobody likes him. But he's not a loser on the level of these guys who are sitting there going, yeah, man, that guy, he's calling me a loser. Like, look at us. We're fucking killing it over here. I got $2 super chat. People are giving me money to, I don't know, like point and laugh at me and tell me that my kids don't talk to me anymore. But this guy, Kevin Brennan, fucking loser.
How far into this episode is this? Because
2
they
hours.
are completely fucking wasted.
They're gone.
I feel like this is a challenge that they've put against each other about who can fall out of their chair first.
This is
They're
almost
so
like
drunk.
the Chad Zumock blackout episode level where you're just like, uh-oh, who's going to fall asleep in front of the camera first?
The DG, Joey C. Drunk stream.
Yes.
He's that drunk.
So this is what Rob's all upset about. Recently, it was discovered that Rob has filed for bankruptcy. And Kevin Brennan was on his show laughing about this. And of course, Kevin Brennan's not all there either because he thinks this is a win for him that Rob Saul's a loser. Like, I also know that Rob Saul's a loser. It doesn't help me out in any way, but for Kevin, it helps him out somehow. This is from So Thorough Joe Burrow, who clipped this for me. Thank you very much. But this is what has got Rob very upset.
I got so much information on Rob Saul today. It's unfucking believable. The universe provided. I didn't even ask. It was just provided to me. Literally provided to me. Rob Saul is flat fucking broke. He's flat fucking broke. You want to know how flat broke he is? I'll tell you.
What's his credit score?
I'll tell you right now.
Worse than that.
Tell you right now.
This is Kevin's show, by the way.
Yes. Me waiting for him
Watch
to
his
tell
clips,
me
yeah.
anything.
Here's a savings account with $6.50 in it. $6.50.
Aaron could
Here's
use that for the
another
goal.
account with $158.69.
Thinking the same thing. Yeah. As soon as I get to the
These
50
are
cents.
federal documents that anyone has access to. Of course, I didn't know how to get it. I didn't even know this existed. But somebody did, and they provided it for me. This guy's fucking broke. I know where his attorney is, where she lives. It's a if he's lying about what he has, it's perjury. He's filing bankruptcy in federal court.
Okay, so this is leaked out. People have seen this, that this is what's going on. So Rob is on the defensive. No, everyone else is a loser. I'm not a loser. And this is some comeback that he has to that.
99% of us have jobs, families, and money in the bank. Doesn't it bother you to call us losers? It only shows a lack of originality, the zero self-awareness. I have money in my bank and stuff. You're talking about Kevin Brennan talking about, he said I had $6 in my savings account. Yeah, I don't even have a savings account.
Amazing.
Gotcha.
This is what Rob doesn't even realize because he's blackout. He doesn't even realize how funny that is right there. You think I only got $650? Guess what? I got $0. So take that.
Savings account. I don't even know the meaning of
Banks won't even work with me, huh? What do you think about that, asshole?
Well, if it's one thing if there's federal documents that he is filing for bankruptcy, that's evidence. Somebody having a savings account they don't use anymore, that's not damning. But
No, it's not. But Rob is broke.
yeah.
And I loved the super chat that John made him read. Where it's 99% of us have families, we have money in the bank, and you're calling us all losers. Don't you realize that you really need to get your shit together?
Yeah.
Everyone else is living their lives.
Talking about Kevin Brennan talking about, he said I had $6 in my savings account. Yeah, I don't even have a savings account, but whatever. It's, I pay my bills and I do stuff. You guys, you're losers.
Very good. He pays his bills and he does stuff. So can anyone else here say that? I don't know. Can anyone say that? He pays some of his bills. When you file for bankruptcy, it means you haven't paid a lot of your bills over a certain amount of time.
Right.
And then you owe so much money that you're like, I don't want to owe this money anymore. So I'm willing to forego any type of credit score I could possibly have in the future.
Yeah.
In order to not pay my debts to people.
It makes you smart and the president. Yes, we get it. We know about filing for bankruptcy. Yes.
It's not something that you just but what do you do? Pay your bills and have money in the bank and afford your family? Yeah. Correct. That is what we do. So
there is value in being at least I'm not Rob Saul.
There is, for sure. And John loves this version of Rob Saul. He praises him for his performance.
Rob, I don't want to sound like I'm kissing your ass, but you have made me laugh so much this show. This is by far, in my honest opinion, your best performance ever on the Stuttering John podcast. Skål!
Thank you.
That's the positive reinforcement that Rob needs in order to be so I can have this many Xanax and drink a bunch of beer and you still like me?
That's
Perfect.
the equivalent of going home with a 3 at 2:30 in the morning at the bar. It's This is the funniest Rob Saul's ever been. Yes, you're fucking a 3, John. Good for you.
He can't form a sentence.
Right.
And he's on the defensive, and John's like, finally a bigger loser than me that makes me look good.
That's
what it is.
right. So we're seeing who would lose if they kept going, who would fall out of their chair.
Yep.
And John is saying, you would.
Yeah, I'm just drinking light beers over here. I don't have a pill problem. But Clay Dabbler comes on and goofs on John and actually has a job and things going on during the day and stuff like that. And John's like, well, I don't like this. Yeah. I want to talk to Rob Saul, who's filing for bankruptcy, and Kevin Brennan is focusing all his attention on him now instead of me. So let's talk about John's new day job because he's killing it. He's bragging about it. Now remember, when it was rumored that Shuley had a day job, that was Shuley being a loser, and there's a big loss for him, and John was laughing about it. But now John has a day job, and that's a good thing to have a day job all of a sudden.
See, here's the sweet thing, Rob. Like, I made $400 today from my job, right? $400. I know Shitway is trying so hard to find out what the fuck I'm doing. Shitway, I'm at an ad agency. You can never ever get that job. You don't have any creative talent. I do. I could write ads for any fucking company. You do not have that talent.
John is claiming,
Okay.
first off, if you work in an ad agency, I used to own one. John would never get hired in an ad agency. John, if you want to do a show together again, it's been a while. Maybe we can talk about your ad agency experience and we could go toe to toe for that. Tell me what you're up to, because you're lying, obviously. If he was making $400 a day, an ad agency would be a salaried employee. They don't like hand you a check at the end of the day, like, oh, you did another great job for us. Here you go.
Hey, remember to punch out.
Right. That would be $104,000 a year. John would be an entry-level employee. He's never worked at an agency before. We view John as all the experience as a person out of college. So John would not be making $104,000 at an ad agency. He's obviously lying because, like Chad, he doesn't understand how money works. And he goes, oh, I made $400 today at my job. That's not how anyone who works a normal job thinks about it.
No.
They get a paycheck every 2 weeks or twice a month or whatever, and they don't calculate it down to how much did I make on Tuesday.
Yeah, if you're salaried, you don't break it down that way.
And also imagine anyone bragging about $400 to John, what John would say. Oh, I wiped my ass with $400 bills.
Right. Now all of a sudden that's very impressive.
And also, I've heard his album, and he doesn't know how music works.
I know. That was a Freudian slip. He definitely does not know how music works either. But yeah, that's John for you. He's got a job. He's bragging about it now. It used to be a bad thing to have a job, but now John is working at an ad agency, and he can write ads for any company. Give me an example, John. Write a tagline. Write a tagline for your show. What is your show? What the fuck?
Hungry for insure?
Pathetic existence? Insure. All right. Let's poke a dabbler. I got to bring Annie into the mix to help us out. What's up, Annie?
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
All right. Let's see what Cardiff has in store for us today.
It's time for everyone's favorite new game show, To Poke a Dabbler. Are you ready to play? To Poke a Dabbler?
I fight just as dirty as he does. Oh, I'll find out all the intel about him and his family. Don't worry. He wants to attack my family? You wait, Fatty Patty. You wait. Trust me. Trust me.
December 30th,
He's at his mom's house.
Yep.
TRB 10, thanks for the 10. Asking for a friend, would you sleep with a post-op training? I don't know. I've never had the opportunity. How would I know?
Would she sleep with you? Is the real question.
Stuttering John clips. Who were some of the famous people in your class at NYU? Man, you guys really, it's so silly. It's so silly.
Name one.
The only famous person was Kathy Scorsese in my class. And me. So I didn't have Adam Sandler in any of my classes. So there wasn't really anybody who really did much.
That's how in my class works.
Nope.
Did he go to school with Mitch Fatel? Isn't that the reason why he worked with Howard StutJo?
Yeah.
In my classes. Mitch Fatel,
There you go.
I guess. You know, Mitch Fatel and Kathy Scorsese. I guess they're the only two people who have, you know, some sort of fame. I didn't go to school at the same time Spike Lee was there. I don't know. You should look up the famous graduating class from 1989 because I could tell you a bunch of people that I went to school with, but I can't tell you who was famous. Living proof college means nothing. Okay, whatever. You act so tough, you're a coward to face him. When have I ever backed down from a fight?
Has your son ever queefed in your face? Queefed in your face?
When? I'll tell you what, you name one time, okay, that I ever backed down from any challenge, ever.
According to Dabbling Dan, who recently came out and told some secrets about John, that's one of his biggest regrets in life was not punching Rocco in the face immediately when he asked that question.
I would have punched him in the face, but he was having such a good time.
Not joining the football team and not punching Rocco.
Right.
Yeah.
Ever. The highly rated bit, I did it on The Tonight Show. I'll bet on anything. I bet on anything that I could beat people.
What did John say next? Here are your choices. Number 1, a pie eating contest with a math teacher. B, a belly banging contest with a sumo wrestler. Next, a wheelchair race versus a real wheelchair guy. 4, guess the beer by the sound of the pour. And lastly, I beat Jonah Hill at checkers. To poke. A dabbler.
Okay. God damn it. This is a tough one.
I was going to call my shot with Shaq.
You don't go first.
I know. It's not on there.
Cardiff would have made it that easy for us, unfortunately. He doesn't like us. I'm going to go with next wheelchair race versus real wheelchair guy. I want that to be the answer so bad. Chuck or Andy, what do you think?
Guess the beer.
Okay. Guess the beer by the sound of the pour. And Annie.
The pie eating contest.
Okay. Pie eating contest with a math teacher. And producer Chris.
I also went pie eating contest.
All right. I almost went, I beat Jonah Hill at checkers. But all right, let's see what we
Never
got
heard
here.
that one.
Me neither.
Highly rated bit, I did it on The Tonight Show. I'll bet on anything. I bet on anything that I could beat people. I even had a belly fucking banging contest with a sumo wrestler.
Fuck! He gets us every time. This potato.
What is that?
Wow.
It was a Leno bit. Can you not find his shit
Correct.
on Leno? Why? Why is that not?
Nobody cares.
I know, but it would be such
It's
a
a
great
terrible
well
show.
to run to.
It's a terrible show. No one gives a shit.
I'm sure
You
it's
beat
terrible.
me.
It's going to be fun to fucking
But
shit
I
on.
did. I took the challenge.
That's all for this time. Come back next time to find out if you are man enough to poke a dabbler.
We weren't.
Just do it.
Who are these podcasts?